guys.
Hey guys.
Road trip. So, another impromptu live. I'm going to be driving, so I'm not going to be really looking there. Nancy's going to be doing that. So, we were talking at breakfast this morning, just about how life is like really, really amazing. And we all have the possibility to achieve all the best things in life. And, what are the things that are holding us back? So, hi Amy, hi Dana. And it's really interesting because the same things that we're finding when we're talking about just whatever it is, life goals, relationship goals, it's all the same stuff. So we wrote down 3 very, very basic things that we've realized are some of the main reasons why people really don't live the best life possible. And number 1 is follow through. Number 1, follow through. So Nancy, what's your take on follow through?
Yeah, I think it's really funny because it keeps coming up that, especially now, like in the time that we live in, there's so much opportunity and there's so much information out there in the world that you can pretty much learn how to do anything. You have unlimited resources. I mean, I was talking to Scott and I'm like, remember back in the day where like you had to go to, remember when? Like you had to go back, you had to go to a library to learn about something, or, you had to do a lot of research to actually learn more, and literally you can sit down and in one night, in an hour, learn how to create a website and how to make ebooks, and it's so incredibly cool how much information and knowledge we have.
What was the stat that you read?
Follow through?
Yeah, like people go to an event and like Brendan Burchard, like what was he saying?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the things about follow through is literally like, okay, so all these people, and this is very common, especially like nowadays, is we read these books and we see these speakers and we are coached by coaches and we go to events, and basically we just don't do the thing that they say to do. They're like, if you do this, you're going to have this, you're going to have that, and you're going to have all that you want. And how many people
actually
do it? Well, don't do it is like the majority. And the people who do it are like, I mean, honestly, it comes down to like 1% or something. It's like 1% of all.
So 99% of people don't apply what they read, what they listen to, what they learn.
Yeah, I mean, don't even, and I mean, it's so funny. And there was one quote on a podcast that I watched, and it was about 2 doctors that were walking down the street, and there was a $20 bill on the ground, and the one doctor walked by and he looked down and he actually walked past it, and the doctor behind him, looked down and said, dude, there's $20 on the ground, and he reached down and he picked it up, and he was like, why didn't you pick it up? And he said, you know what, it's there, like somebody else would have picked it up, it's too good to be true, right? And I think that goes for so much information that's out there right now, and the knowledge that we have to be successful and to do the things that we've always wanted to do. And it's a reoccurring theme in my life. The more people I talk to, everyone who is successful literally just stuck to their path. They decided what they want and they went for it. I mean, I could go on all day.
Well, the compound effect. And we talked about this book this morning called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And, the simplest analogy is this. You don't invest $1 one day and get millions. You invest $1 every single day, compounded over time, day after day, week after week, month after month, and you never stop. And I was actually coaching a client the other day, and I was taking her through my LinkedIn training, and I said, this is what you're going to do every single day for the rest of your life to get the results that you're looking for. And that's what it comes down to. Most people, they say they want something. They say that they want their life to change. They say that they want their monetary income to change. They don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. They want to have a successful network marketing business. They want to have a successful entrepreneurial business.
Yeah, let's stop it. Well, go ahead.
But it comes down to one thing, and it's following through on what you want. All the resources are out there. Some are free, some you have to pay for. But the fact of the matter is, as long as you're learning how to do what you're looking to achieve, you're going to get those results.
Yeah. No, it's so true. Back up. But yeah, it's so crazy. And let's go back to, people living paycheck to paycheck, right? So it's the most common thing. In fact, the number one problem in America people have is money.
But explain what that means. Like a problem with money, it's the relationship that people have with money, thinking they can't get it.
Yes. So just so everyone knows, we've read this in books, we've seen this on TVs. Scott and I do all kinds of development, but there is unlimited abundance out there. There's unlimited money. There's unlimited everything that anyone could ever want is out there. It's just literally put your mind to it, figure out what it is you want to do, and you stay focused and you stay on course. One thing that I struggle with as an entrepreneur is my brain is firing every 5 seconds, right? I come up with a million ideas of things and businesses and, things to do. And the hardest thing for me is to stay focused and stay on track, because I'll start something, and if I don't see instant results, sometimes I'll switch over and whatever. Don't lose focus. Stay on track. They always say, if your brain's like that, focus on 3 things,
yep.
Right? 3 things, and ideally it's going to be the top 3 things that are making money. And stay focused and stay on course.
Repeat that one more time.
All right, so focus on 3 things, max, okay? Everything else, put it in the, put it away.
But the 3 things that do what?
The 3 things that make you money.
Yes.
Right?
Well, that's key, because so many people are focusing on so many different things that aren't producing income. So we always talk about income producing activity. We read it somewhere that someone said, enough with the books, enough with the motivational speeches. If those things aren't leading you to creating more income, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
So it may mean you reading a book for 2 hours at the end of your day. Yes, it nourishes your brain and your knowledge. That is not an income producing activity, because if you're not taking that knowledge, waking up the next day and applying what you learned, it's just dead time. It's just like putting on the TV.
Yeah, and if you guys are out there scrambling around, right, you already kind of know what to do, but you're kind of like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to do some more development and I'm going to read this. Read the book, The Science of Getting Rich. It actually says in there.
We're always talking about it for a reason.
Book you need to read, right? Okay, it's The Science of Getting Rich, written 100 years ago by Wall C. Waddles. It says, stop here, don't read anything else, don't do anything else, stay focused and read this book and follow everything in it, and you will be rich. It's legit, and it's got such a good message, and it comes back to helping people and helping others.
Look what Charles wrote. He said, more people would rather be miserable than change.
And it's true. And I will say, right, so, we're talking a little bit about follow through and kind of breaking through and whatever, but not only do people not follow through, but the number one reason why people don't step outside their comfort zone or take on another job or date another person is out of fear. Fear.
Well, fear holds you back from everything, because fear is the unknown. So, number 1 is follow through. Number 2, settling.
Don't settle.
So many times, I think every single one of us could have settled for something in our life. You don't have to settle for the monetary income that you're not making. You don't have to settle for the relationship that you're in if it's not filling you. You don't have to settle for the job that you hate and the coworkers that you're working with and the boss that you work for and the corporation you're a part of. Life is not about settling. And this goes back to something that Nancy and I actually read in an article a few months ago, that there are the greatest percentage of people in our society actually live for mediocrity. And mediocrity doesn't get you anywhere. You want to be extraordinary. You want to be outstanding. You want to live the fullest life possible in whatever that may be.
Yeah, and I mean, I was telling Scott, like, some people, and it's absolutely fine, want to live a certain life, right? They want to have kids, they want to get married, they just want to, have just kind of an easy life, no complications. They don't want to step outside the box too much, and that's absolutely fine, right? But when we talk about, like, really people who are unhappy, who are stuck kind of in this circle and flow where they just don't feel good, they're miserable, maybe they come home and they don't want to come home because it's so crappy. It's people who know that there's more out there, they're just not making any change. It's not happening, right?
But what people tend to do is they're settling, but then they end up complaining about what they want to change, but they don't change it.
Yeah.
So if you know you're settling and you know you should be doing something else, you have permission to change, but you do not have permission to complain about the thing that you know you need to change, and you're not doing it because you're afraid. You're afraid of what other people might think. You're afraid of bothering your friends and family. Like, anything that's uncomfortable leads to abundance, because everything that's comfortable just keeps you exactly where we all are.
Yeah, I mean, I think I posted a quote the other day, like, if you don't feel uncomfortable and afraid, or something, it was a Mel Robbins quote, and it was like, if you don't feel uncomfortable or afraid at work at least a couple times a week, you're not pushing yourself enough and you're not growing. So it's normal to feel like, what could I be doing better? It's normal to feel like, am I the best leader that I can be? This person on my team is giving me what. That stuff is normal, and it's okay, and there's always a lesson in all that weirdness.
So don't settle in your life for anything. Don't settle for a relationship that is not fulfilling you. I can't, we have such a good morning routine right now. We wake up, we work out, we have this nice 45 minutes of uninterrupted time, her and I, where we walk to get coffee, we're talking the entire way, and new conversation comes up every single time that we're walking together, and it leads to other things. And when you live with that open mind and that open heart, and you never stop growing, and I don't care if your parents are not parents, even when you become parents, that still doesn't mean you can't continue to grow, learn, and achieve new things, even though that you're a mother and a father. That's just a part of your life. That doesn't define who you are.
No, okay, stop. Man, it's like we got
kind
of philosophical this morning, but I look around and so many people are like, oh, well, I have kids, and oh, I can't do this because kids, and oh, they're kind of like losing their own identity. And the thing is your kids are important. It's important to be good parents. I mean, obviously that's a no-brainer, but it's important to not lose yourself and to not have some self-love and take some time to just remember who you are, whether that's maybe popping in your earbuds and listening to some music that you listen to that you really enjoy. I mean, I did that this morning. I was like, you know what, I want to jam out a little bit because I haven't really listened to music, and music is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And it's important that you don't lose who you are. And if you feel like you are losing yourself, take a breather, take a minute, and just think about you. What makes you happy? Not what makes your kid or, this person or your husband or wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and what makes them happy. What makes you happy?
Well, there's a great movie by Wayne Dyer, rest in peace, amazing human being, called The Shift. I had Nancy watch it with me one night, and it's a great movie.
It's got Portia de Rossi in it.
Yeah, you can literally go onto YouTube and just type in The Shift by Wayne Dyer. It's about a 2-hour movie. It's half biography, half movie, and it flip-flops back and forth because Wayne Dyer is being interviewed through the entire process. And he talks about it, that the difference between men and women and what happens as they get older in life. And he says that women, most commonly when they become mothers, they lose their entire identity. Whatever their passions were prior to motherhood, they go on the back burner because they feel that they're now thrusted into this role of having to take care of everybody else, and they end up taking care of themselves last. So they end up feeling unfulfilled, unloved. They don't take care of themselves health-wise. They don't go to the gym. They don't eat right. They don't feel good. They're not sleeping enough. They're not taking their own time. They're not getting pedicures, manicures, massages, daycations, girls' trips. They're not doing any of these things that are refilling their tank because they're too busy filling everybody else's.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, as a woman, as a girl, woman, whatever, I know I have to refill my tank or I'm useless. I have to take like a day of just chilling, or I have to take some time and maybe go to bed early. You know, I need my downtime. If I don't get it, I am useless, you know, and I become miserable and I basically am like a bottle and, you know, I'm like, ugh. So it's important, you know, not to forget about you and take care of yourself and not forget who you are.
And don't settle. And
exactly.
Don't settle.
Don't settle.
And the third and final thing that we want to go over with you on our little road trip, and in my opinion, most important, is investing in yourself. I mean, if you don't invest in you, how is anybody else going to invest in you as well? So, you know, this is something new to you. Not that you investing in yourself, but pouring into yourself, investing in you, taking your time. What have you been learning about investing in your oneself, where everybody else should put that on the front burner instead of the back burner, which people tend to do?
Yeah, so again, really quickly, like my story, you know, I worked, I was a retail manager. I, worked at multiple companies. You know, I was in charge of...
I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Managing teams, things like that. And it was great, with the companies that I work for, fantastic training, lots of great development within the company and everything like that. And I was getting it kind of. I was like, okay, here's how to lead a team and here's how to do this, that, and whatever. And it was great, right? And then I basically, I stopped what I was doing. I ended up quitting my job, starting my own company, and kind of stepping outside of that kind of corporate environment where everything's duplicatable. Everything is like an equation. It's like learn this, that, whatever. Here's how you do this. And I finally got it. Like something clicked in my head that it was like, oh my gosh. Like I sat down, I was listening to something by Simon Sinek, and it just clicked in my head where it was like, wow, the more I listen to things and the more I learn about things, the more I grow.
What was it that you heard with Simon Sinek?
It was really funny. He said something, and I had seen a lot of his stuff before, but it was in the background while I was typing some stuff. And something he said, I was like, oh, I think that too, or I said that before. And this was long before Simon Sinek ever came out, and I'm like, man, like, I can actually be kind of a thought leader because based on my experiences and some things I've actually gone through, like, I feel like I have some valuable advice to share with people. And I started thinking, and I'm like, holy crap, the more you listen to things, the more you learn, the more life experiences you have, which we all have them, the more, like, you grow, and you grow your skill set, and you grow your ability to help others. And
listening more and talking less.
Yeah.
And Amy wrote, as a mother, single mom, I haven't been out for nails and tanning like I used to. And Amy, I mean, you just every woman deserves to do that.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like a lot of people make excuses, and I've talked to people before. I've said, you need some time for yourself, or you and your husband need date night, and people will say, oh, well, that's too much money. We can't do that. Think about the long run, okay? We only have one life, and I'm such a huge, advocate of this. I think I just posted an Instagram post that Gary Vee said, we have one freaking life.
That's it. If you're going tomorrow, what's that money do anyway? If you're not even here to enjoy it.
And here's the thing, okay? Mani-pedis, what does it cost? Maybe $70 or something like that. You can even do it together, okay? Let's say you and your husband do a mani-pedi, or the husband does a pedi, right? And it comes to maybe $100. You spend that $100, which comes down to how much, a day. Like, if you had to, it's so minimal, and it's worth so much more than just money. It's the experience.
The memory.
It's the memory. It's the life. And in fact, I was thinking about this when I was driving the other day. And sorry, I'm totally going on a tangent. But, I was driving, and one thing I thought about was, I want to make more money so I can buy more people presents. I thought about it, and I'm like, that is enough of a drive for me to want to actually, earn more money, because I want to be able, to pick out fun, awesome gifts for people and be able to afford things, to make people happy and share things with them and maybe take them out on a date, or dinner, or not a date, you on a date. But that's the thing, it's so incredibly and money provides you the vehicle to be able to do so many things. So don't sell yourself short. If there's things you want to do, if there's a job you want to do, if there's money you want to make, the knowledge is out there. It's following through. It's investing in yourself. It's staying focused, staying on track. Go make it. You can do it.
You have to, when it comes, like for me, I never understood what it meant to invest in yourself. And, the first coach that I ever hired was Jeffrey Combs about 5 years ago. And I didn't know what that was going to do, but when I realized that I was investing in this coach that was investing time in me, it wasn't, I wasn't paying him to do anything outside of what he does for individuals, but I was investing in myself. I was getting assisted peeling back those layers of disbelief that I had my entire life. And when I was able to finally turn the mirror around, with the assistance of a coach, Jeffrey was the first of many coaches that I've worked with because, and like I said this in a Facebook Live the other day, I made a $20,000 investment in myself, my business, and my brand in a coach to learn more. Because if you want to get to certain levels, you need to invest in those that are doing more, are achieving more, are learning more themselves. Because someone wrote this actually as a comment in one of my Facebook Lives the other night. A great coach has a coach.
Oh, yeah.
And that is if you think Tony Robbins is still not mentoring with someone, when he wrote his book, Money Masters, he actually spent 2 years interviewing some of the wealthiest, most knowledgeable people in finance in the world. He didn't know that. He actually had to spend time with those individuals learning what they know that he didn't to improve himself.
Yeah.
So investing in yourself is one of the most important things that one can ever do. And that doesn't mean monetarily. That could be time. That can be, if you can't afford to go on a date, go to a picnic. Make your own food. Go sit in a park. Spend some quality time.
Yeah, I was saying the other day, like an ideal date for me right now, or like an ideal day, was literally like taking a couple shakes and sitting on a park bench and just people watching. That doesn't cost anything.
No, and it's, we don't get any of this time. And I think, it's a reminder for myself, and Nancy and I talk about it all the time, but I truly believe that people don't truly understand the gift that each day is. We think that we're automatically going to wake up tomorrow. We think we're automatically going to live forever. And we're not going to. You don't know when this ride will come to an end. And I don't want a day going by where I'm living in regret, or I wish I did, or if I would have taken that chance, I woulda, shoulda, coulda. I want to literally lean into everything that's out there, find out what that situation, that investment, that thing is, to see what it can return back to me. Because I don't want to leave any stone unturned. Because this is something that Jeffrey talked about with me. This is something that Les Brown talks about all the time, is that too many people go to their graves with the greatest gifts that they have inside of them, but they are afraid to let them out for the fear of judgment of what other people will think. And that is sad, because every single one of us, the great thing about the science of getting rich, he says smart people get rich, stupid people get rich. He goes, big people get rich, small people get rich, thin people get rich, fat people get rich. There's no differentiation of any of us. Every single one of us has a gift inside of us that is waiting there. There's a passion that can be turned into a profit. Every single one of us.
It's so true. Yeah.
So we just wanted to thank everybody who either is on here live or is maybe watching the replay. We were taking a drive today and we said, you know what, we play games in the car anyway, so we'll get to that. But we figured we would take a couple minutes in the beginning of our drive, talk to you all, and just give a little bit of what her and I talked about this morning. So maybe you could take these 3 things, plug them, don't follow through with this stuff, guys. I'm telling you. Like, that's one of the things we talked about. Follow through, investing in yourself. And what's the third one?
Follow through, invest in yourself, and
don't settle. So take this information. You know, this is something that we try to apply something new each and every day. So guys, have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Get out there, enjoy this day, enjoy this life, turn the TV off, get outside, whether it's hot or whatever, just feel the wind, the breeze, the warmth on your face, and really enjoy all the moments that we have.
Yeah, and I just wanted to end on one thing. Fun little activity you can do this weekend. In the nature of don't be afraid and, be confident, invest in yourself, follow through. This weekend, I want you guys to have an opinion about something, or put your foot down and be confident about something. Don't look around what other people are doing, okay? I want you to actually have an opinion and think
and
about...
stick to it.
Yeah, well, actually, so let's say somebody says something and you go, oh, well, maybe that's right, or maybe that... No, I want you to actually think about something and put your foot down and go, you know what? This is how Nancy feels, or this is how Scott feels. This is how I feel, okay? And put your foot down and actually do it, right? Start making decisions and saying things that you feel. Stop looking around at everything else and actually do what you need to do. So, again, everybody, please, have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully, yeah,
and we'll
this finds you well.
We'll see you tomorrow night on our Sunday chat. We got some good stuff coming to you. So we love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturdays, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.